What's up everybody, Kyler2000 here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have my NXT TakeOver Portland predictions. And I know I said videos will be Wednesday and Saturday during the week, but I forgot about the show and I will be doing predictions and maybe reactions to pay-per-views, as well as those other when there is shows at the weekends, big shows, so like TakeOver, WWE pay-per-view and AEW pay-per-view, maybe some New Japan big shows, and so on. So yeah, let's not waste time. Let's get into my TakeOver Portland predictions. So first up, I'm going to talk about Finn Balor versus Johnny TakeOver, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. This is a tough one. As you can see right over my shoulder, I have a signed Finn Balor poster. Balor, one of my favorite wrestlers in WWE, one of my favorite wrestlers, but he's gone up against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Takeover. Johnny steals the show. Gargano again, another one of my favorite wrestlers. Two like of my top 10 favorite wrestlers in the world currently, going at it, and I don't know which way this one is gonna go, but I'm gonna stick with the Irish and go with Finn Balor with a 2-sweet victory in what is going to be a show-stealing match. And speaking of show-stealing, we've the North American title match between Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. And I don't think this match could just steal the whole show. I think this match could steal the whole year. These two have had fantastic matches against each other before in NXT and in PWG before they both got signed. So I'm really looking forward to see what they do at a TakeOver, because yeah, I think that they will both go out there to steal the show. And with the North American title on the line, I think they will deliver a fantastic performance. Results wise, it's hard to see this going against Keith Lee. He has a lot of momentum going with him from Survivor Series, from winning the North American title against Roddy Strong to the Royal Rumble face off with Brock and Braun. So with all that momentum behind him, I just find it hard for Dijakovic to beat Keith Lee at this current moment. I would consider a big upset if Keith Lee did lose. So instead of feasting my eyes, I'm going to bask in the glory and go with Keith Lee. Then we have a street fight between Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. Again, another match I am looking forward to. Two my favorite women on the NXT roster. So I'm happy to see them both getting a chance to shine at a TakeOver, because they haven't really had many. So yeah, and it's a personal hot rivalry with Kai's turn at War Games, which makes this a hard one to call. Nox did pick up a win on NXT a couple of weeks ago, which makes me think maybe Dakota Kai might get a win back, and it would make sense for Kai to win, considering the women's title picture, which we'll get onto in a little bit. But yeah, I feel like a heel win here could help Kai, but I'm also thinking maybe interference from Candice LeRae and all will help Tegan Nox, and then kind of keeps Kai strong going forward. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with a Tegan Nox win. A heel win might have been smarter, considering Rhea Ripley and Bella are going for the title, which again we'll talk about later on, which are kind of two faces really in NXT, as especially with what I think happening. A heel win might make a bit more sense, but I'm gonna stick with Dakota Kai, or not Dakota Kai. I'm gonna stick with Tegan Nox to get the win with help from Candice LeRae and all. Tag team title match between the Broserweights, Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, against the Undisputed Errors, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Again, two great teams. I love Fish and O'Reilly, but I think it's time for him to drop the belt. I'm loving what done, and they're doing those like videos, the segments, the vignettes kind of delayed of them getting to Portland and NXT this week were funny. And with them winning the Dusty Cup, a loss here, it's where they go as a team, so I feel like they can't lose. So that's why I'm going with Riddle and Dunn to walk out with the tag team titles, which means 3 of the 4 members of the Undisputed Era will be without the titles now, and maybe it might be 4 after I talk about the main event, which is a bit of a spoiler. Women's title match: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. I'm going with Rhea. I don't think it makes much sense for her to drop the belt just yet, considering she only run it in December. So yeah, I can see her hold on, especially with them teasing the Charlotte Flair match, and that's where I see this going with Rhea and Charlotte. Which is why I was kind of thinking maybe a heel win would make more sense, because then Dakota can go challenge Rhea in the future. But then I thought about the whole Charlotte thing, and then maybe if that happens, there won't be a women's title match at the takeover before. And even there's still other people they could go, like Io Shirai. So Dakota Kai losing with interference doesn't really make sense. Plus, it kind of blows off that feud with Tegan Nox getting a big win. But yeah, so that's why I kind of want to circle back to that for a bit. But yeah, again, too early for Ripley to lose the belt. I like Bianca, but I just think it's too early for Rhea to drop, especially with him teasing that Charlotte match. So yeah, Rhea Ripley to retain. And then the main event, World NXT World Heavyweight Title. Daddy's home and he's coming for goalie, and I predict Tommaso Ciampa beats Adam Cole to regain the NXT title. Big fan of both these guys, big fan of everyone on this card. I've basically said for everyone because I am a big fan of everyone. But yeah, I'm going with Tommaso Ciampa to regain the NXT title against Cole. I just think Cole's done it all with the belt. There's not much more he can do. And I just like to see Ciampa get it back, get the belt back, and see where they go with him as the champion again. Plus, that means all 4 members of Undisputed Era have now lost their belts, and yeah, it opens them up to maybe move on to Raw or SmackDown. Not I'd like to see them stick around on NXT. There's not much really else for them there to do, so maybe moving to Raw or SmackDown, as much as I'd rather them stay in NXT, might freshen things up a bit. But yeah, it just gives them more possibilities of stuff they can do. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think will happen at NXT TakeOver Portland. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Also, leave a like in this video, and I will see you in the next one.